The clear pan doors slide open with a ding as I step into the black welcome mat of the convenience store. I'm on a snack run today. Chandra and I are running low on our stash, so I volunteered to go shopping. Chandra has some cheer thing to take care of, so she couldn't come with me, so it's no biggie. This way I can pick up snacks I like and pretend it was just a coincidence. I'll just keep that a secret from Chandra, though. I'm on the hunt for gummy snacks, cookies, and maybe something salty. Corn chips sound so good right now, but maybe I'm being too healthy. Salt and vinegar, on the other hand, my mouth waters as I think of the utter sinfulness of that flavor. Yeah, it's a sin, and not in a good way. Yes, I've decided I'm getting salt and vinegar chips. I hate you now, and no one is going to stop me. I'll stop you. I will tackle you to the floor and just crush them. Out of the way, people. Those chips are mine. Though, there aren't many customers at the convenience store, which is really weird since this is the closest one to campus. It's clean, too, and everything's super organized. It might as well be a mini grocery store. I wonder why it's so empty right now. It's not like it's some weird time of day. It's the afternoon. Oh well, whatever. I guess that's just how business is. The guy at the register gives me an acknowledging, if half-hearted glance, then goes back to flipping through the pages of a magazine he's laid on the counter. Well, it's not like I was expecting great customer service here. I head to the racks of food down the thin aisle where they seem to keep the chips. So many brands, so many different styles of salt and vinegar. I do like Mingles, but I like Lies too. Mingles and Lies, huh? Pringles and Lays, got it. You know what they say, delicious? Yeah, that wasn't their best slogan. I pick up a can of Mingles and a bag of Lies and compare the sizes. They're both roughly around the same, and there's only a $50 difference between the two. Ugh, this is so hard. I weigh the packages in my hand. You could just read how much they weigh. Tipping them like they were on the opposing ends of the scale. Excuse me, miss, any trouble here? Ha, cute. I bite back a smirk as I hear someone speak to me with a southern accent. Small world, that reminds me of Ted from the other day. I look up to say that I'm fine, but stop once I see who I'm addressing. No wonder this guy made me think of Ted. It is Ted. Oh, hey, Ted. I didn't recognize your voice there. Ted flatly regards my enthusiasm. You think it'd stand out more to you since we spoke, but howdy, Nicole. You need some help? I'm just getting snacks for me and my roommate. My roommate? And myself. I hold up the chips on either side of my head. What do you think? Mingles or Lies? What's your favorite? Ted squints his eyes and takes a good look at both of the choices. If I had to pick, I'd go with Lies. Just personal preference. Good enough for me. My mother is texting me. I'm about to set the can of Mingles back on the row, but Ted clicks his tongue angrily at me. What are you doing? Put it back where you found it. Oh, sorry, jeez. I take the Mingles can and take a few steps back to where I got it. I didn't think it was such a big deal. The customers never do. That's how you didn't find fancy. Stop it. I didn't think it was such a big deal. Okay. The customers never do. That's how you fancy having to fix the merch every day, then come back and tell me that ain't such a big deal. Apparently I can go backwards somehow. Oh, you work here, Ted. Why else would I be offering to help you? It's my job. I don't know, to be nice? I'm not nice. I'm not that nice. The sad thing is I don't think Ted's being sarcastic right now. So if you work here, does that explain what the heck you're wearing? I didn't want to say anything when I first saw Ted, but the gray jumpsuit he has on looks really weird. What's wrong with what I'm wearing? You look like you just got off a shift from the mechanic shop. Hey, these uniforms are supposed to be utilitarian. If I had them frills and garlands, I'd get in the way of work. That just defeats the purpose. I keep quiet for a few moments. You picked these outfits, didn't you? Ted stubbornly crosses his arms and turns his nose at me. Well, you totally did pick these out. So what? They're not that bad. I sigh and shrug my shoulders. If you don't mind being a walking fashion disaster, sure. They are not that bad. But they're not that good either. Well, I respectfully disagree. Ted forces a smile on his face and strains his entire expression. Now, can I help you find anything else, miss? Or will I be forced to escort you off the premises? Yeah, he's definitely not being sarcastic now. I chuckle awkwardly to ease the tension between the two of us. Maybe this is why the store is so empty around this time of day. Can you show me where you keep your cookies? And gummies, too? All I need is to snag some of those, then I'm all set. They're here in the next aisle over. Ted gestures for me to follow him and leads the way. We stop in front of the neat rows of packaged cookies, and my eyes light up as I contemplated which one to pick. The same happens when Ted takes me over to the gummy snacks. What can I say? Variety is the spice of life. I love snacks. How am I not fat? Okay. I will say, I am bloated. And this thing makes me look fucking huge, and I don't... I don't like it. Maybe it just makes my boobs bigger. No. Okay. Do I look? Maybe it's just because I'm slouching like a bitch. That's why women always like tidies up so it makes them look less fat or something. Like, ugh. Oh well, it's my snail shirt. It's still cute. I'll get it turned into something else. Eventually, I end up with a nice collection going, and it takes the crook of my entire arm to carry them all. Yep, this is definitely more than enough. I notice that Ted looks really weirded out by how many snacks I'm getting. Do you really need that much junk food? Hey, this is supposed to be like a few weeks worth of food. It's not like we're gonna pig out on them. I know, but that's still a ton of sugar and unsaturated fat for 2 people. I'm going to gain weight eating the... Okay, fuck you, first of all. Don't become that... Don't become my friend. Always commenting on my eating. When I haven't gained or lost weight in years. I like to sit around the same point. And if I do gain weight, give me 2 days to de-bloat and I'm good. I stared at him for a moment. Did he seriously just... Oh, I'm so going to pretend you didn't just say that. What did I say? Ted gawks at me as I groan impatiently and stride past toward the cashier. I just want to check out my snacks and go out at this point. Too bad the guy at the counter is already beating me to it. He's like halfway to the door. When Ted sees this, he pushes past me and toward the guy. Hey, where do you think you're going? This other guy is wearing the same ugly jumpsuit that Ted has on, so I'm guessing he works here at the convenience store too. I'm taking off. My shift's over for the day. No, it ain't. Remember, I told you, you have to work a few extra hours today to make up for the vacation time you took. Can't you just forget those? It's not like anything's ever going on. No one's going to care if I'm not here. I hear Ted growl under his breath. I bet he'd have an animated vein pulsing on his forehead if this was some sort of cartoon. I mean, you got one on your cheek, so... Listen here, punk. I don't care what your lazy-ass excuse for a reason is, but you made a commitment to this job. As your superior, you follow what I say, and I'm telling you to stay and do your hours, got it? Oh, I got it, all right. The guy turns on his heel and runs out the sliding door. Neither Ted or I react with more than a blink until we realize what happened. He totally just ran away. That son of a gun. Get your ass back here. Ted bolts off past the glass doors and awkwardly hang back, wondering what to do. It'd be bad to leave the store unattended, but I didn't want to see what Ted does to this guy. Call it morbid curiosity. However, when Ted drags himself back into the convenience store, I can tell there were no beatdowns to be had. He curses under his breath and heads behind the counter himself. Did you get him? Ted stays quiet as he punches a few keys on the register. I wasn't running as fast as I usually do, so the bastard gave me the slip. Poor guy, nothing's worse than a bruised ego. I humor him with a sympathetic nod. So what do we do now? There's no helping it. I'll be the one to check you out. Is it so much to ask for competent work around here? Ted reaches out and snatches a snack from my arm, bringing it through the register way more aggressively than he should have. He's going to break my cookies if he keeps that up. I dump the rest of my snacks on the counter as neatly as I can. I don't want to have Ted screaming at me for having some messy row or something. What was the same damn thing? Get an application, meet them, they promise they'll work hard from the start, then I end up having to chase them out the door when they decide to skip out on work. As I notice him bringing my bag of gummy bears in his hand, I tentatively raise my voice. Ted? He gestures at his hands. Ted looks down at the plastic bag he's nearly crumpled into a ball and gasps. What? Sorry? It just really grinds my gear when people half-ass things like this. Is this where I'm going to work? Is this going to be my new job? Don't you think? Ted looks at me expectantly for a response. I can sympathize with the guy, but really just wanted my snacks here. When I think it over, the guy was pretty erratic. Ted could have done it better, but he was justified in yelling like he did. He shouldn't have run out. He shouldn't have run out like that. It didn't sound like you were being unreasonable. Thank you. At least someone gets my dang sense. Ted smiles in relief when he hears me agree with him, but unfortunately I'm going to have to rain on his parade and hold up a finger. But you could have worded what you said so much better. You didn't even try to listen to the guy. Ted groans and braces himself against the counter, readying an explanation. He's done this before. He'll promise to make up his hours later, then never gets around to doing it. It's useless to try and reason with slackers like that. See, that's what I'm talking about. You can't go around calling people slackers. Alina gets the counter into Ted. You kind of lack tact, my friend. Scratch that, you really lack tact. Ted frowns at me as he starts scanning in my bags of lies. Okay, he needs to be especially careful with those. I think I have tact. If you did, you wouldn't have went and told a girl that she's gonna gain weight. We're sensitive to those kind of things. I hug my shoulders playfully, feigning the very image of sensitive flower. Ted stares at me, not buying it. But you're skinny. What's the problem? I was only pointing out that you'd ruin your figure if you ate too much. It's a fact. I sigh and lean away, breaking form. Yep, totally tactless. Shut up. Don't call me tactless. And you're so yelly. I'm right here. You can talk normally. I'm not. Ted stops himself and hears how yelly he's getting. Quietly starts bagging my snacks, grumbling. Maybe I can get a wee bit yelly. Just a bit. Ted lets out a self-derisive sigh, and I smile as he finally seems to relax again. Yelling's a necessity, okay? I wouldn't waste my breath if I didn't have to, but no one listens to the guy in charge unless it gets loud. I have some post-nasal drip going on like nobody's business. Don't know why. I just started out of nowhere, but... Oh, you're the boss of this place? Technically, the place is owned by my pa. Call it nepotism, but someone's got to take control of this place while he's busy. But it has to be hard working going to school like this. Talk about pressure. It can get like that sometimes, but it just means I need to buckle down and work harder. Nothing's impossible. Ted hands me a plastic bag full of all the snacks I picked out. Geez, he makes everything sound so easy. Here you go. Now for your total. You're handing her the bag before she pays. The price makes my wallet squirm in my back pocket, but I guess it could have been way worse if I shopped anywhere else. I pay Ted the amount with my debit card, then take the bag. You want a receipt? I shake my head and Ted crumples the receipt in his hand. Okay, then you're sit. Have a nice day. Thanks, you too. I hang the bag near my knees and grin jokingly at Ted. Maybe next time I can get a discount since I'm cozy with the boss. I don't even allow myself discounts. Ted says this with such a straight face that I wonder why I thought he'd even play around with my joke at all. Man, okay. I have no money, so we're not doing that. Can we do anything at the disco pub that's not money related? Let's dance. I can't. It costs money. I'm so broke. Okay. I will socialize. Another day has ended. Please review the progress summary. I am now 10% friends with Ted. Let's go to campus. No! Bad dad jokes. I love bad dad jokes. 10%. Yes. I'm at 10% with Ted. Oh, I don't have money. It takes money to train at the gym. Come on. Alright, we're going to relax in nature today. I can't even go to the bathroom. It costs money to take a bath. Hey, fail shock. Let's do homework. Can I play volleyball without cost? Yay! Oh, something. Okay. Warp. Nope. Okay, so that's how it's done. Okay.